No.
Hold on. Hey, True Believers, England team here Monday nights. Time for our open mic stream. I've got it all set up, though. If we want to read that Batman 137, that's cool, too. I figure let's just sit back, have a conversation about stuff that we've heard that's going on in the comic book world while we're waiting to see if we have an audience for this stuff.
I wouldn't need an audience. We'll do it the Geeky Puppet Show way. We'll just talk
without an audience.
Yeah.
You know, you guys aren't doing too bad.
We'll get somebody. We'll get Dave. He'll pop in, and then Dave will tell 400 other people, and we'll get views.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it's all Dave. I was looking on the numbers. I do something for my own channels just to see. It used to be a higher number when I started, but when I was on the rise, I would go, okay, how many videos until I make 10,000? How many videos until I make 20,000? That kind of thing. But that's kept up. So now, because I got shadow banned, I'm like, how many videos until I reach 1,000 views? And it's been usually about 5 or 6. Jump in, man. Show the face.
My face?
It's better that way.
I don't got a hat on. I look bald. That's what happens. My hair's short.
You look bald. Next to I am wearing a hat and I look bald.
That's why I don't wear. That's why I always have my hat's always like that. See?
Are you kidding? You got a lot of compliments and such. Dave and I go way back, says Rhaegar.
Yeah.
But Rhaegar, you should know. Usually, at least it's 9 o'clock. But today, but I forgot what I was talking about. But anywho,
it's because my handsome good looks without the
that's
hat
it. You just kind
it's
of
the glare. This is why I don't. That's why I always have a hat
don't glare. This is that's why I'm like this. I am in a corner. No ventilation. I'm hot as. I was wondering, was I even gonna do this today? It's just one of those things, man. I'm
it's even worse. It's like,
what?
You're like, who's a stranger? I take my glass off. It's even worse. Who is this guy?
Actually, that is true. When you posted a picture, and you have a haircut now.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't wearing your glasses. You didn't have the hat on, and you posted a picture. I was like, who's this? I was like, oh, okay. He's all cleaned up and everything. So yeah, that was kind of something.
Like I said, the hat and the hair was attached to the hat, so I removed the hat.
But I got to tell you, I am interested. You just received a big box of comics from me from the auction, and I am interested in unboxing because they left it out in the rain.
Well, it wasn't a bad rain. I mean, but I mean, like it was like 2 in the afternoon, but I realized the book was that were out there. So I must have got my mail around like 11 o'clock. So it wasn't downpouring, but it was enough where I'm like, oh, I could hear it on the roof of the garage, because I have the exhaust fan. I'm like, I look at I'm like immediately going to the right. It's like, oh, there's a box here. I'm like, well, I looked at it, I'm like, well, at least he taped the fuck out of it.
I try to do that, man, because I'm always worried that they're Ace Venturing the box and throwing it everywhere. So I really do try to take that box top down.
That box is too freaking heavy for them to even try to do the Ace Ventura.
You would think, yeah. Got a package here, people. Throw, that kind of stuff.
Not my VENKMAN hashtag.
Yeah. So I was looking around, and I gotta give it to Wes. I really do. He still has that ability to find one little thing and do a 10-minute video on absolutely nothing. I used to have that. I can't find shit to talk about. I look over, and Wes is like, hey, X-Men don't have an audience. No fucking shit. We've been talking about that for months and months, but he's able to go, okay, here's my 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th video about how X-Men don't have an audience no more.
Well, he went into like the number, as he kind of did a little tweet like that earlier. I didn't see the video, but I know he did. He tweeted something about it, and he is right. It's like, he's just repeating what everyone else has been saying.
Yeah,
X-Men is the point where it's selling, but not selling like it should be, and it's going to get to the point where this company has to decide, hey, are we going to want to stay as a business, or are we just going to just crap out eventually and just, I mean, you're at the breaking point, either they keep doing what they're doing and they lose readers, the readers of the readers.
Well, they f the X-Men over.
Yeah.
Big time.
It's people who don't know the X-Men, and it's been like that way for the past 20 years.
Yeah. Since what was his name? Morrison took it over, and yeah, I haven't really cared for the X-Men in a long time.
I would say I stopped caring about the X-Men when my Messiah Complex came after No More Mutants.
Yeah,
they killed all the mutants.
Yeah, I like the House of M. That was okay
for an Elseworld.
Yeah, okay.
Not the main storyline like that, because then it's like, okay, now we just hate Scarlet Witch, but now we're supposed to like her again.
I guess. Like, well, it reminded me the whole House of M thing reminded me of a storyline in, like, I think it was 192, 193, where Cool and Goth from Conan was in the real world, and he transformed New York into a medieval. Yeah, and that's how I took House of M and such.
But the difference is that sort did not have a long lasting effect in the Marvel universe. Yeah,
it was just a couple of issues. Now, of course, what was told in a couple of issues in the 80s is a big ass 90 comic story that nobody gives a shit about by the end. We were talking about this, by the way. If you didn't see the entire thing, I've been breaking down the top 10 reasons Silver Age comics suck over at From the Long Box into individual videos, because I noticed, by the way, every topic, every number, you, me, and Eric and Ash spoke for 15 minutes at least. So that's why it was a 2.5 hour video. But I figured, okay, I could break these into individual for the show over there. And one thing I did notice is that I ramble to the point where I forget what I'm talking about, just like I did right now. No, actually, I did get a little tired of my own voice on one chapter, and you even called me out on it. You're like, dude.
I'm just glad we're not the only one who's getting annoyed by it.
I know, yeah. You actually called me out. I said, okay, Venkman, you wanted to say something, and you said, yeah, about 15 minutes ago when you started ranting.
I mean, it gets that way. You're the host. You usually have something to say first. You want to get your opinion out, though. The problem is that when you have more than just you and another person, you also have this thing where I'm going to address the comments. So you go to comments, then I have to wait for them, and then it's like, okay, let's move to the next section of the article.
I get it, but it's fun. It's fun editing these things because I do notice like that, and I got to tell you, there were a couple times Ash really nailed everything. So please, guys, if you haven't seen it, go on over, check out the videos. They definitely can use some views and such. The key to being a good commentator and writer, find something that drives or ticks you off and let it rip. Well, that's what I used to do, but I think I'm very, I got past it, you know? It's like, God damn, you know, it's the same shit. If you go back and you look at my old videos, I used to joke about this, but Wes and to a degree Perch are doing the same thing I did 5 years ago.
So why aren't you?
I
guarantee no one's going back and looking 4 years.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody's looking at 5-year-old videos.
Just repeat the same videos.
I could just replay it as like, yeah, when President Biden said this, it was just like, yeah, it was just, I can do the same videos.
I mean, just go watch it and just, you don't even have to edit it. Just
re-record it. Yeah. Because
literally, you change title, change the thumbnail. No one's going to know the difference because a lot of people who are coming in are probably new viewers.
I can re-record my modern Marvel won't allow beautiful women anymore video and such. Everything I was looking, I was like, I've done that video. I did that video.
Here's the problem with Chelsea Kane and Mockingbird.
Yeah. Ask Mockingbird about her feminine agenda.
We're still asking about her feminine agenda, and she won't tell
us.
I'll
tell you what, man. One thing I do like about that is that it gave us man-eaters, which is a horrible comic. It was a bomb of a comic. But that entire thing was made out of not passion for the project, but hate for us. That's what, to me, that's what Man-Eaters makes it so special, is that it was written, drawn the whole 9 yards to tell us, it's like an industry-wide Doug Ernst is a Moon Knight villain. You know, it makes it work.
He is, and if you don't agree with that,
Yeah, well, you can't disagree with the fact that Doug Ernst is a Moon Knight villain. It's in the comic.
He's more like a Spider-Man villain. He stole my
You
book.
would think, but yeah, they went off on Doug Ernst and Moon Knight. Go figure.
Yeah. I don't like that Doug Ernst guy. He came in and bid $10 on a book that I was winning so far, and just
Austin P said, "Not everyone is like me. Not everyone looks at the oldest videos of a channel. Follow." I actually had deleted the oldest videos in my channel, not all of them. But the first video I ever did was a unboxing and review of my microphone and my camera. And because I had no idea what to talk about. I watched all the how to make a YouTube channel kind of thing. And they all said, just get up there and do it. Just start talking. That's you. If you want to make a channel, the first step is starting it. And I had no idea. And I saw some people were doing these unboxing videos. So I would get like, what were those subscription boxes? There was one that was called Comic Book Bento. That was my favorite because for $20 a month, they sent you a box of like 6 or 8 trade paperbacks. Never anything that I would go out and buy for myself, but except for in the bento. And then what was that other one? It was all different crap toys and a T-shirt that didn't quite fit right. Fucking hell was that all?
That sounds more like Loot Crate.
Loot Crate, that was it. Yeah, those T-shirts. It would be like, oh, this is a real cool T-shirt, and then one wash. Those shrink up so fucking fast. Yeah, but those were my first videos. Oh, also I did political videos because I didn't know what I was going to talk about. So it's comics, movies, and politics. That was what it was. All righty. In America, you watch TV. In Soviet Russia, TV watches you. I
gotta break it to you. That's still in America. TV watches you. So does cell phone. So does car. So does everything. Satellite too.
What he's doing, there was in the 1980s, there was a Russian comedian who had that was one of his jokes.
I know. But I'm just saying, it's no longer a joke anymore. It's scary.
Yeah, right. Even in America.
My sister, I tell her TikTok is just basically China building a psych profile, and she's like,
right.
But why do I care though? It's like I told her like, well, I understand, because the United States already has a psych profile on you, what you like, what you listen to, they know everything about you.
So here's the thing. We jumped on, we're 13 minutes in, we got 10 people. It's bouncing 10 to 13 and so forth. So do you want to go on with the comic, or do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I say let's read that fucker.
Let's read that fucker. All right, that's what we're going to do. We're going to be reading the.
I mean, so I guess we'll just take turns giving roles. Or you want to be all the bratty little kids, and
I do things different here. We read it and joke the fuck about it. But if you want to take on some of it, go on ahead. Save the voice.
Sure, I don't mind taking on some of it. Might as well.
That's the way I differ. And by the way, I do appreciate the fact that when I was talking about the readings, you said, "Well, you dropped them. I picked them back up."
Honestly, the thing is that what I've learned is that if you're going to do a YouTube channel, you got to do what you like. And if you're passionate, I'm passionate about comic books. I mean, that's what I want to do. The readings, I have fun with those. No offense. You do your rants. I just love the reading the books. I said, screw everything else. I just want to read books all the time.
So in order to different, because I think you guys obviously took it and ran with it. You have your own thing with it. Yeah. So we'll do my way on this one. We'll read it. If you want to take a page, I'll take a page. Go on ahead. But this is a reading and a roasting. It's a little bit different than what you guys do over at the.
Do you want me to start reading in French? We can have a French roast.
Wait, you speak French?
Well, nah.
Okay, let's first we talk about the cover, as I always do.
It's a Teeny Howard cover. It looks kind of like
Go ahead.
I'll just say, when I first saw the cover, I was like, "Oh, this is horrendous." But then I realized this is aimed towards people who like Batman 66.
You think that
the Gotti colors and all stuff, the cat ears, the cheetah stuff, it just screams wild 1966, kind of shenanigans.
But I think looks like a mom
Yeah.
who discovered her daughter's OnlyFans and decided to join.
She looks like a wine mom.
Yeah, like out of the box, not the bottle.
This is like watching Bad Moms.
Okay. Either way, I'm not a big fan of this. The colors are ugly. They made Catwoman ugly. They have her dressing like Katie Seagal in Married with Children.
The most disturbing part is that Jorge Jimenez drawing this.
This cover, it is Jorge Jimenez. I'm sorry, dude, but hey, look. Sometimes some people can be wrong, and this is wrong. I'm not a big fan.
I was gonna say, also the arms look really. She looks really big, like buff shoulders.
Well, it's pointy. I mean, even look at the feet. Look at everything. It's just off a bit. So yeah, my Wi-Fi is garbage right now. I'll be right back. Says Jay. Take care, man. Batman looks mad. All right, let's move on here.
It's like zombie Batman.
To save Gotham, the Batman must kill Bruce Wayne. Dun dun dun. This is an ad for Gargoyles of Gotham,
which comes out tomorrow, which I'm actually looking forward to.
Yeah. Okay, now this was supposed to be enlarged and zoomed.
Oh, you don't have the DC universe thing. The paid.
Is it on there?
I meant like the extended one, the full package one.
No, I don't. No,
okay.
No,
yeah.
I'm spending way much.
I went
StreamYard.
have see with Pixel, and we went got this. We get the books earlier.
Yeah.
Readings. But look, this one has fire and ice in the briefcase. Oh my gosh, funny.
Yeah, well, that one's definitely going to be one to talk about.
All
so
right.
The book opens, and
I'll let you read. You're the doorman, the butler.
There you go. The book opens. We see a doorman letting two electricians in. He says, "I know it's 3 a.m, but I'm still getting calls about the AC from residents. Hottest night of the year, and now it breaks." They say, "Not a problem. Just show us to the electrical so we can shut down the power before starting work." And they go down. And okay, what?
I was gonna say, this is like a classic heist, like a crap heisty thing. Two people obviously are not going to be heist people.
Obviously, who aren't who they say.
Yeah.
All right, my heart hoops. Did you swap the key rings? You shut off the power to the top 3 floors. Alarms should be knocked out. Which we know which ones have yappy dogs. And the lady says, "Stay calm, Carlos. Catwoman gave us the plan. This will work." And of course, if you remember from the last issue, Catwoman's decided the big plan that she's going to save Gotham by training thieves to go after rich people only, because it's okay to steal from rich people. That would keep everybody off the streets. What were you saying?
I was going to say her plan is pretty much that they all work for her. They're all allowed to continue operating like she's the kingpin pretty much.
Yeah.
She gets a cut.
Set herself up as the kingpin in Gotham. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they get into the apartment. Safe's in the study. "I'll do a room sweep first," says the man, and we hear Roland Gardner, "Dead in the streets, my streets. Nobody dies today." And we see Batman beat the shit out of him, but that doesn't mean you still won't feel pain. I like that. Okay, as much as I didn't like the way they were writing Batman in the last issue, yes. I like the fact that it's a Batman that's ready to beat the teetotal hell. I would like to see a little extra, though, because he's mad at this whole setup where they're supposed to be allowing crime to happen.
Yeah, where he's painted as the villain. He's the patriarchy.
Right. Let's see. He's relentless, possessed.
Actually, she's not oversexed anime devil. She looks like Mariko Tamaki. Get it over.
This one, who?
No, the other one.
Oh, the electrician lady.
Yeah, it looks like Mariko Tamaki, and now
I could see that.
This is gonna be Kelly Thompson or Kelly Sue DeConnick, whatever you want to call her.
Okay, 4 of our graduates have been picked off in the last 2 nights, and not just them. Fright was just arrested. She called me from the station, and I don't know who this is. Blowing. I said her fear toxin didn't even phase them. Oh, okay, her name's Fright. At one point, she thought she heard him, and we see Batman going after. I like this. I want to see Batman cause serious harm to
Batman's just beating up women.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's fine if they're criminal women. But here's something I always thought was a lost opportunity. The death of Superman. He gets killed by this doomsday guy. He gets beaten to death. I thought it was a lost opportunity not to have Superman lose it over somebody who is physically beating him up. Like have an issue where he's getting his ass whipped, and then it kind of sparks because he died by getting his ass beaten to death. So now he refuses to have it done again. So he overcompensates.
Can you imagine if when he came back to life, found out that Bruce Wayne, basically Batman, has been taking over fighting the crime in Metropolis, and now he's like, well, you weren't doing enough good job, you know, so now I'm in control. This is my city now too. It's like that's literally what we're getting here. It's like Batman was supposedly asleep for 8 weeks. They say sleeping. He was in a coma, you fucking morons.
Okay, so yeah, I missed a lot of books, man.
You know what? You're better off because I dropped this. I didn't pick this up at all. I literally
I said I was going to read the Night Terrors. I couldn't, man. I guess I could have done it like this, because in all honesty, I'm like that with new books. But I'm thinking if I get on here and I start reading a comic for you guys, and we're busting chops or as we say around here, busting nuts, that's fine. But the thought of just reading these things for nothing. No.
Well, so I want to point out,
okay,
of course, because she's a female boss, she's going to have all female employees working for her, female goons, second in command.
Well, you can pay them. You can pay them 70% less.
It literally feels like, well, men are the problem. That's why women are the solution. That's why we got rid of the male criminals.
Okay.
I'm just saying, so far going into this.
So her assistant, Catwoman's assistant, comes to her laughing. After that, he hit the Iceberg Lounge, picked off Scorpiana and Vox. I guess they wanted to blow off steam at the tables. Idiots, Catwoman says, head in hand. They should have known better, yeah, the assistant says, but this is bad. He's cutting through us, destroying everything. How do we deal with Batman? Catwoman says we distract him with his biggest mistake. Call Jason.
Wow, his biggest mistake. I'm sorry, Jason was his own mistake. Batman tried as much as he could. He wouldn't listen.
Well, once again, I don't even see how Jason is out of prison, but there you go. This comic needs more boob cleavage. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me do the little Wonder Woman thing for you. No.
I'm surprised that they say Jason, though. It's like, you would have thought they'd be like, well, in order to defeat a man, we don't need another man. We'll just be ourselves, you know.
Right.
You know, woman.
Okay, we cut to outside. Apparently, this is the scene that happened in the Justice League movie, the Josh Whedon, the Justice League. Jimmy Milford, we hear Batman yell, moving up in the world I see. No more Mr. Freeze branching out on your own. Batman, do I have to? Can you stutter? I'm sorry. I didn't.
I'm sorry. I'm just hating this art, though. Batman just looks like so. It looks like I'm watching Adventure Time or something like that, or some kind of like bad Miss Minutes cartoon version of Batman.
Well, I get the color palette.
His face. Look at that. It looks horrible.
I'm not hating on it though. I'm not where you are yet. I do
going
think that,
pretty hard.
I think that his mouth to everything else ratio is pretty damn big. So yeah. The worst possible outcome for a bottom scraper like you is putting yourself on my radar. Going pretty hard, and we see Robin.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me reread that. Going pretty hard, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, you got to go absolute Modern Family with it. Yeah. Not Jim Bullock. That's way too far, but Modern Family maybe. Robin, by my count, that's 8 of Catwoman's people you've rounded up. Just got through Failsafe and Red Mask, Insomnia. Maybe you should take it easy. No. This is Tim freaking Drake. I know you guys fucked him up by not realizing he was dating women for 30 years, but Tim Drake isn't going to go, you're going too hard on the fucking criminal element that yesterday I was joining you and beating the shit out of. Go on ahead.
This is Teenie Howard writing. Even though they say it's Chip Zdarsky, this is Teenie Howard's been in her book, her Catwoman thing. She had Tim try to confront her and whatever the dude's name was that she was banging behind Valmont, whatever. And she basically Tim decided to step aside, and then and it's just like it's got the point where he's become like Catwoman's little bitch. So why is he's no longer a Robin anymore? Just call him Catboy.
Tim Drake used to be the best of the Robins.
He's the worst now.
He's horrible.
And they've ruined all of them pretty much. I think the only one that's still semi decent is Nightwing.
Well, they made him into a socialist in his own time.
Yeah,
like literally a communist. Okay, so maybe you should take it easy. Somebody in Gotham. I don't understand how that goes, but okay. This is the weekly meeting of Nutbusters Anonymous, says Rhaegar.
Yeah,
going hard on the criminal element who killed both of his parents. That
somebody in Gotham
was literally a part of. I don't know. Going ahead.
Somebody in Gotham needs to do their fucking job. Are you there?
Oh, okay. Somebody in Gotham needs to do their job. Are you here to stop me, or are you still sitting on your fence trying to figure out which crimes to cut short? Look, nothing is black and white. I just said death is. You're alive, then you're not. Roland Garner is dead. His child is an orphan. That's horrible. It is. But the assault and murder rate is down. The numbers don't lie. We do our best to save everyone. I radioed the police to come pick this criminal up. If I find out you helped him in any way, I'll arrest you myself. And Robin saying he's on a parent. Okay, I'm on Batman's team on this one. I am, because
Batman is a fascist.
Batman is a fascist. I'm sorry. You know what? I'll be the fascist here too, because literally they're saying it's just like what you hear all these dumbasses say. Well, tax the rich. This is what they're saying. This is what this book is. Tax the rich, 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 tax the rich. I'm not rich, but I understand you got to treat everybody equal. That's what this book is about. Forget the crime. Move all that aside. This entire book, forget Gotham War, this entire book could be called Tax the Rich. That's what it's about. Now we can go home. We don't have to read the rest. So Nightwing is saying he's out of control, and I guess that's Barbara.
Wow, this book is very sexist. Of course Nightwing's going to be shirtless. Because
Nightwing's shirtless, but Barbara isn't. Really? Okay.
I'm just saying it's getting to the point where like they make Batman seem like he's a toxic male. What do we do with Nightwing? Oh, just take his shirt off and make him support women.
Well, I think you know what? There is one movement. Free the nipple. Free the fucking nipple. That's what we need right here, right now.
Stephanie should be like when she sees Tim. It's like, you know, Tim, you become a little bitch. You know. I saw one of our guys sneaking into a home tonight, and I did nothing. It felt weird because it's wrong. You're standing around letting people break in and enter because it's for the greater good.
It's still breaking and entering. Yeah, I think it's the opposite. Dick, he's doing this to be in control after being asleep for weeks. Not to mention flung about the multiverse. So how are we all handling? They can't, and the writing doesn't. This is how bad the writing is. You have to, in order to make something like this really work, you have to actually entertain the fact that both sides are right and both sides are wrong. That's what would build the tension. Right away, tax the rich is what Teenie Howard believes. Therefore, that's what they're following. That's what, and there's no way Batman could be doing this in Barbara's mind because what they're doing is wrong. The only way that he could be against it is if it's other things. He hasn't had enough sleep. He's been doing all these things and such. So I guess Robin here is saying, same Steph. I feel like I'm in a holding pattern. I saw Batman tonight arresting one of the thieves. He was so angry at me and at us. I'm worried about what he's going to do, how far he's willing to go. Do we just stay out of this, out of his way? Or I don't know. If Selena asked for help, I'd be inclined to give it. Selena is right. No. And that's the whole thing. They're not saying we are letting criminals go. They're not saying we're picking and choosing the victims.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, dude.
And
so we
see
see the
lives, bro. Like with every thief he stops. He's like driving them back to their old ways. He's driving them to be henchmen. to violence, which means he's responsible for that violence, isn't he? So we have to stop him, or the very least stay like one step ahead of him. Yeah, didn't
expect the responsible. Well, okay, yeah, we could once again. I'm sorry, but I feel this is obviously a one-note freaking book.
Well, yeah, Jason, who's the most violent out of all of them, stops using guns, and now is the point where, bro, why are you even a vigilante if you're not even gonna do vigilante work? It means you should retire, go get a desk job, maybe maybe join BuzzFeed, and you can whine about injustice.
Maranya saying that without dialogue, the only way we knew that that was Nightwing is the tiny Nightwing symbols. He does draw Jason, or whoever is
above. We're shirtless. He just has a little buckle there.
Yeah.
That's it has a nice Nightwing.
Now Joe's bringing up a good point. Isn't Selena basically rich? She doesn't pay taxes. Yeah. They're one of the rich too, but and apparently she's getting a.
She also went to jail for Valmont's murder, and he broke out of jail.
Yeah, so Batman has a reason to put her back.
Yeah.
So anyway, Nightwing saying didn't expect the responsible for their violence speech from you, Jason, and Barbara saying he took out his suit's monitoring, but its tracker is still intact. I can give you all access to his whereabouts so you can at least not have these confrontations. And Jason, you need to be chill, okay? I'm going to head into Gotham and see if I can talk Bruce off his moral ledge. And the Hood is saying, don't worry about me. I won't do anything rash. God damn. So Batman raised everybody. Batman trained everybody. And right away they say, we need to let criminals run. It's okay, Ash is saying it's okay to be rich if you steal for a living. Democrats, or if you're stealing from rich people. All right. The streets are filled with land. Okay, go ahead. What?
I was just saying, if you're stealing from rich people, the rich people now don't have the money to pay the people that work for them. I mean, where are they giving the money to? We haven't seen anything where they're donating money to charities or anything else.
Steal from the rich, and Walmart.
It just sounds like it sounds like they have organized, a group of network of thieves that just steal from people, and then they get to keep the money, and except for a 10% cut that goes over to their kingpin, which is Selena.
So we see a criminal, I guess somebody anyway, walking down an alleyway, and he comes across Pig, who's saying, "But swiftly touch the skull." It's the Mad Hatter. The skies have eyes, so follow me to market. And Touch follows him into a room. Professor Pig, I hope I'm not late for this very important date. Everyone is early so far, Pig says. I suppose all our schedules are too empty these days. Well then, let's work together, Pig says. I got to tell you, Pig is one of my favorite modern villains. One
Professor
of my favorite
Pig.
newer ones.
Yeah.
He is creepy as, by the way. And in Arkham Knight, that's my favorite of the bosses, is the Pig story.
Yeah. So
who do we have? Who jumped in?
Dominic.
Hey, Dominic, what's up?
Hey, Englandine, I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
Peachy keen. It's starting to cool down in this hot ass sweltering corner of mine.
Yeah.
All right. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So we got Calendar Man. We have the new version, which I hate, of Scarecrow.
Yeah, that's a weird looking Scarecrow.
He looks like Porcupine, doesn't he?
A little bit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he does.
Black Mask, Two-Face, Firefly, the ventriloquist.
Yeah.
All right.
And kill him off. Actually, that's not Firefly.
And fill our days and nights once again with power and terror.
So I'm looking at I want to say real quick. I'm looking at this table here, and the first thing in what we've been seeing in the shit in this comic so far, it's going to turn out they're not criminals anymore. They're just having therapy.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Is this the latest issue of Batman or Detective Comics?
Yeah. No, this is Batman 137, Part 2.
How dare you say this is Rand V Detective Comics?
Yeah.
Be gone.
See, I don't like how some of these guys are drawn, says Rhaegar. Wait, we have Ultron on the villain team now. Killer Moth is the only one who looks cool. Selena Kyle, if she was in real life, she would be advocating for breaking into Targets and stealing, you know, in defense of looting and
If it
all.
was her life, she'd have broken jaw and Batman been like, be gone, thought.
So Red Hood says everything's set. The homeowner is none too happy, though. Don't hurt him, Jason. Selena, come on. He's in bed sleeping like a baby. The silent alarm's been tripped, and I've laid out all sorts of traps. Oracle gave us all access to Batman's location, and it looks like he's on his way. Catwoman says, good, and remember, we just need to keep him occupied. She said, dude, are they so stupid they don't realize Catwoman's stealing? Like, she's like setting up. That's what this is. Or we're setting up for a crime. And they're like, but it's rich people. Okay, so they're saying the real reason to throw your morals into the garbage can is because it's not as violent.
But what rich people? Most of them have left. Dude, Joker War happened. We just had some Miracle Molly bullshit going on too as well. I mean, there's been so much stuff happening in Gotham. The rich have left.
The Miracle Molly is why I stopped reading, because Miracle Molly looks at Batman and goes, well, you don't know Gotham. And like nobody is saying, well, you're full of shit. All right. So let's see. No one's rebelling yet. They know it's safer inside with him out there. Sorry to interrupt, ladies, but speaking of him, and I guess Batman shows up.
Is this why in the Birds of Prey book, which is not much better than this, is why she said Canary said, no, we're not going to tell Barbara about Birds of Prey?
I have no idea.
Probably not, though.
I'll have to read that one too.
No, they're not. It's a joke because they're not that smart.
Okay. So Red Hood says he's here. Catwoman's running. We'll check in when I'm done. Be careful. And Batman flies into the window, and it's apparently just a drone. And Barbara's like, Jason, what's going on? I don't know. And then a big old explosion, hurting 3 people. Who the is this? This is done, Batman says, but I'm giving you all a choice. Go home now, start a new life. Otherwise, and he stands ready to fight. Okay, so these must be trainees and such. So
basically, he ignored her game, and he went to the main headquarters, and he said, I'm going to kick some bitches. It's like,
most stay for the
pretty
fight.
Much.
They don't change no matter how much any of us want them to. Hired thugs who aid delusional villains with their fists. And that's what's going on. All of these people are just Catwoman's thugs. They might as well be wearing cat ears with names across their shirt that says like meow and purr, just like Batman 66, as you say, going back to that reference. So Batman beats the ever-loving crap out of them, and now they're better with those fists thanks to Selena. Better, but not the best. Not me. And we hear, look at you, somebody says to Batman.
It's probably Selena. Yeah.
And
it's
Red Hood. Stopping the betterment of others. Sorry, I'm late. Sometimes taking someone in and training them just leads to a better criminal and murderer. Yeah, that's right. Red Hood should be in jail. Why are you even entertaining the fact that he's not out of jail? He literally cut the heads off of mob bosses.
Yep.
Oh, now we're getting to it, Jason says as Batman blocks his thrust. Jason, don't engage. I created mass murderer in Jason. And then you talk to him like he's a normal dude. Barbara says, I'm sending help. We don't want a war. Who knows how many murderers Selena is creating? And Jason says, I'm sick of you being grand arbiter of what's right and wrong. You never grew up after your parents were killed. Ooh. That one's a little bit harsh.
And you should have stayed dead, you little bitch.
10-year-old. And Batman grabs him by the throat. If you believe in Selena's plan, Batman says as he slams Jason to the ground, if you think one death is fine, if it stops more deaths, then shouldn't I kill you? Tim jumps in, grabbing him by the throat. Leave him alone. So this is how it's got to be. A life of taking people in, like myself, the wounded, teaching them everything I know. Zur and Rar created a failsafe to one day stop me. But he didn't need to.
Do you know what the great thing about this is that the last time he went up against the Bat Family was during the whole Lazarus thing. And they were being...
The Lazarus Planet?
Yeah. Not before Lazarus Planet. It was the one with the demon. Nazar. He was controlling them. And it was, and Josh Williamson was writing it. It was so much better, and they were all in character because they were.
This is not, nobody's in character here except for Batman. He says, I was already creating my fail-safe, them, my family, and Nightwing's there. Batman, you need to take a step back. And Cassie's saying, or else. And he says, no, Cassie will move first. Now, see, that is, here we go. Okay. And she's not afraid to draw blood. The batarangs are thrown. Take her out quickly. Duke has powers. He's next. Stephanie has no eye protection. Blinder. Move quickly. You know their moves. You taught them their moves. And this is how it should go. I'm sorry, but except for Nightwing, everybody is just, they're pawns. Okay, hold on. Before we finish the fight, what's going on? Jason is a mass murderer. Yes, he is. He literally cut the heads off multiple mob bosses in the Under the Red Hood story.
Damien, yeah.
Why is no one ever a minimalist murderer, says Rhaegar?
Damien was he had murdered some people too, but like things like that. Damien did nowhere near as much as Jason did. And then Jason was also older. Damien came from a family that warped him.
Yeah.
Ash is bringing up something else. This is the Batman who's okay with Harley Quinn working with Justice League. I agree. Harley Quinn should also be not that way. Not without some time in prison. Like it kind of like Punisher. You remember the Steve Orlando miniseries started with Punisher in jail. He was doing time.
Yep.
And I think that's the way it should be with the rest of them. Has Harley Quinn made up her time in Suicide Squad?
I haven't seen Damien killing anybody in which comic books are you talking about? Which ones, Ahsoka? Because in the Josh Williamson run, at least in the Robin series, he wasn't killing anybody. You know.
So Batman says he trained them their moves so they think they'll know yours. Nightwing jumps in. This is insane. You can't, but they don't. Not anymore.
So here's Chip. Here's Chip. Go back up the glove because Chip Zdarsky decided to cut off or have Bruce lose his hand in the Elseworld thing when he's in the alternate universe or world. Comes back now. He's got a robotic hand, and I'm like, I don't want that at all. And so, we'll continue though.
Thank you for that. I had no idea. I thought he just had stuff coming out of his.
You would think so, but no. They permanently cut off his hand off. So dumb.
Fuck modern writers. Okay, so none of them are as deep in darkness as I am. And Nightwing says, how do you... And he knocks him out. Dick is difficult to tag, but his offense is sloppy. And at least they're going through Batman's thoughts while they're doing this.
Oh, no. Rhaegar, this is what happened when they all found out Batman voted for Trump in 2016 and 2020. Because he wants to stop crime.
That Batman should never have worked things through with Jason after he cut the heads off of mob bosses. But, okay. So Nightwing lands a lucky blow, and then the Red Hood gets a shot in.
Cheap shot in,
the grappling gun is gone. He falls, and you see Red Hood jump out with a crowbar. New tricks, but an old Batman. And that is their biggest advantage.
Now, this is where I laugh because...
And then we have Damien jumping in and knocking the shit out of a twice the size Red Hood. Not only hitting him, he's wearing some sort of cutlery.
Brass knuckles, yeah.
Those are sharpened too. You know, I almost respected you, Todd. You do what you need to in order to get the job done. It's just the wrong job. Batman says, Damien, it's going to be okay, father. I'm starting to like Damien these days.
Like I said, Damien's the only one in this book that stands by his father and calls them on their bullshit. I love it.
You're not wrong.
So they're looking. They see that Batman and Damien drove away in more ways than... and they're like, is he gone? In more ways than one. Dick, what are we going to do? We have to protect these bad guys. We have to protect the thieves. And then we see that there's somebody tied up in the bathroom. Who's this? And everybody's looking on. Let's see. I mean, in Jason's defense, he killed people who was pushing drugs to kids and such. But once again, Batman wouldn't allow it. Batman doesn't do that.
No.
So we see people in the back of a truck. I guess these are some of Catwoman's trainees. This is bull. Why are we that are being transferred to Blackgate? DA says you're all too much of a risk in jail after last time. So they called in the request, says the driver. Yeah, I do a pretty mean impression of the DA. And it turns out to be Clayface.
No,
and this Officer Kelso used to pick on me when we were inside.
This isn't Clayface.
Oh, it's female Clayface.
Yeah, yep.
Don't worry, Kelso's fine. We're not monsters.
I think she was introduced in was it either Mariko Tamaki or is it Tinians?
No. No. Sandra Fuller, the fourth Clayface. She actually made her debut in Mike Barr's Outsiders run back in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is felony escape.
Yep.
We've got what we came for, Selena says, and the people in the back. Hey, you came for us, not in the business of leaving people behind, Fright. Marquis, tell Jason we're clear. Oh, all of them are in on this. All of them are now officially felons.
Yep.
He hit Alleytown, destroyed our home. Everyone scattered. Selena, what should we do? What can we? And Catwoman throws a fit, tosses her phone down. By the way, I've seen my wife do that too. She's like, damn it, now I need a new phone. Her mom made her really mad. And Gil was like, yeah, and she was like, didn't know what to do, and she threw her phone on the ground.
Out of the whole entire issue, this was the only page that made me chuckle, is Damian's reaction to his glove.
All right, let me see. I'm tired deep in my bones. Would they attack me in my home? We're in the brownstone. I like to think not, but then I realize I just did the same to Selena. Remarkable. It's strong. Clearly emits smoke. What else can it do? I want one.
He wants to
now that's a kid's reaction. Damian, it's not something you want. Trust me. I say the words, but do I believe them? The hand that the other Batman gave me, it makes me stronger, better. And we hear a bell ring. Is it them? No, but that doesn't mean. All right, let's see what it is. Yeah, they're not dangerous. Sorry it took so long to get to the door late night at the clubs. Oh, Mr. Wayne, I didn't expect you to be here. My name's Mr. White, and I am with Gotham National. We've been trying to contact you for weeks now. Yeah, apologies. I was on a wellness retreat, yoga, champagne, no phones, that sort of thing. Can I help you? Well, I was just going to leave this. As you know, your financing on this building required using your other home as collateral. Sorry, Mr. Wayne, but perhaps you should pay more attention to your financials. And apparently what they hit him in the money.
Well, he already lost his money, but the Wayne Manor is right. Remember, I thought Lucius was living there for a while because he's been living in the brownstone. Because...
Yeah, I think Batman should have just gone teetotal in hell on Lucius because he stole his money.
Right, and he should have swindled him out of the money.
Used to all of this upheaval with my life, my finances. I must have missed something, or someone's manipulating behind the scenes, taking Wayne Manor from me as a distraction. Selena, somebody bought the manor from the bank, my family home. Would she go that far? She would. It's I wouldn't be surprised if it's Nightwing at this point.
Look at that Hot Wheel car, though. I like it.
Yeah. If it wasn't her, we need to protect our secrets. If the new owner found the Batcave, they'd what? Expose you? Computer activate terminal wipe, Omega ZXX297. Ruin your useless facade as Bruce Wayne. Do I have to destroy the cave? Already a couple of things missing. Did Selena? You need the cave. We need the cave. Wall off the manor from it. It doesn't matter who's above sipping tea by fire. We could still use it to fight, to be better. And Batman tells this Nara, I forget his name.
Zur-Nar.
Zur. You're in a cage where you belong. Of course I'm in a cage.
Another one of Grant Morrison's bullshit.
Yeah.
But Batman and Zur-Nar has been around for a while before Grant Morrison decided to reuse him.
That's why I say, screw Grant Morrison. He was gone. No one had brought him back.
So Batman says, I'm in control. I've lost everything. My home, my family, my body is failing. And all I have left is the mission, being Batman, being right in my heart. I won't let go of this place. The clock entrance, it's open, which means someone's here. I feel it in the air. Pardon me. I don't mean to be rude, but you're in my home. The name's Vandal Savage, and I presume you're Bruce Wayne.
Oh, look, it's Tower Babel all over again.
What? No way.
Yes, way. And like I said, this is just showing you how shitty Zdarsky's writer is.
I remember when people used to like his Batman.
He did. I did feel safe. And then he went to the Elseworlds after he gets zapped and like, oh, look, he's dead. Oh, wait, no, he's just in another place.
Well, this is also Teeny Howard, right?
Teeny Howard is part of the Gotham War thing too, but this is all Chip Zdarsky writing this. Teeny Howard is not involved in this part though.
Wow. I see.
Unless you believe they had meetings, they sit down.
Well, they had to have. What they would have done is said, okay, what are we doing? This is what we're doing. Where are we going? This is how we get there. That kind of stuff. So they could coordinate what's being written in each book. Vandal Savage. Alrighty, I don't hate that part. I do not like the fact that the Batman family is against him, especially in the way it's divided. If you're going to cause a civil war within the Batman family about allowing criminals to go off and fight, you got to think about who would actually be okay with it and who wouldn't. And I'm sorry, Nightwing wouldn't, and the Signal wouldn't, for sure. Tim Drake probably wouldn't, and Barbara wouldn't.
So there was one theory going around by people said, like, if DC actually had a brain, the same Zdarsky, is that this is all a ruse. It's all in his head. He hasn't got out of the coma yet, and that other personality is trying to convince him to let him take over.
At least that would explain why everybody's written out a character.
Mm-hmm.
Because this person, the personality was there during Failsafe. That's when he first appeared.
Okay, let me see what we got. Batman doesn't own shit yet, still able to operate with $1 million budget. Apparently,
he's not a billion. So he's not a billion anymore. He's basically gone down to being a millionaire.
5 out of 10 actually make that 5 out of 1,000, says Glender. So Vandal Savage is the one that's doing all of this. The Batman Multiverse issue was an anniversary sort of issue. I forget the legacy number for it, but it was up there. That's why they had these shenanigans. Jason would be the only one, and Daylight legit wouldn't either. He legit went through a similar thing with Bruce, and Cassandra wouldn't turn against Batman. Today's comic writers have to stop using that infamous episode of Dallas as inspiration. Yeah.
Mariah, you're talking about the multiverse issue. That was issue anniversary. That was 900 Legacy 900, which was, I believe, 132 or something like that, or 133.
I can see Jason going off, but Jason shot the Joker in the freaking head. Jason cut the heads off of mob bosses. He doesn't like criminals. He doesn't like crime. But the reason why he cut the heads off those mob bosses was that so he could take over. And so he might actually see this as an extension of that.
I also want to point out, anything that happened to Jason prior all those years ago, this isn't the same Jason. Rebirth is a wholly different dude.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? The whole point of Rebirth was to bring back the characters we liked, because nobody gave a fuck about New 52.
I know, but it's like...
So I kind of see the 52 and DCU as its own animal, and Rebirth is a continuation of what we lost.
I look at it. I look at as soon as we got the New 52, that's when everything that was good at DC died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think though. I think the Signal would definitely be on Batman's side. Definitely Damian. I'm glad they had it. I think Nightwing would be too, because Nightwing would be smart enough to see that all you're doing is you're picking your victim. But after Tom Taylor, when I've got $1 billion, or I've got $11 billion, I'm going to do all the social programs for the city and be broke next week. After they did that with him, no,
he's not still operating with multi-million-dollar budgets. If you've been reading the books, he's actually been cutting back on the gadgets. He talks about how he's running out, so he's not really like has an infinite supply of stuff, you know.
Yeah, I would definitely get his money back to him. I really would. That would, if I were to write Batman, the first thing I would do is I would have him decide that he's, you know, and you could use this story as a catalyst. He goes after Lucius because Lucius robbed him. He goes after Catwoman harder because Catwoman helped him.
Ronnie
what's another call-in vote? I'm
still upset. I'm still upset at the way how DC decided to pretty much like pervert like Lucius, one of not only Bruce's old friends, but also a longtime member of his supporting cast. Because him stealing Bruce's money like is completely out of character.
Yep. Well, they did the same thing with Leslie Tompkins not a long time ago. You know, I guess it would be. It's like 15 years ago with the war crimes, and her setting up Stephanie to be offed. So, yeah, if you can afford living without having to take out the money that your house is worth, he legit became broke.
Like I said, that's probably just within the past couple of issues because they've made no mention of that until now.
Glenzer, a black man robbed Batman? That's racist.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Jace Fox Batman's over with. That was short lived. I'm surprised they didn't continue going with that.
Who are these guys? Earth 2, Englentine, and Venkman. Englentine with no glasses and Venkman with no hat. I don't like the glare.
You see, we're talking about a book that's very labeled. I couldn't wear my hat because I'd be labeled a fascist.
I usually have a glare on the glasses, and I don't like that. So
if you prefer the glasses off, to make it even more weird.
There you go. All right. I'll wear the hat, and you wear the glasses, and there you are. We're switched.
Wait till tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll just shave the beard off. It'll be clean shave with no hat, no glasses.
There you are.
And then you'll be freaked out more.
We're living in the crime syndicate Earth. So
why not?
This is why having superpowers is better. You don't need as much money to fight crimes as Ethereal. So okay, there were things I did like about that book. I like the fact that Batman beat the fuck out of the team. He's Batman. I don't think that he needs to be magical Batman. Give me 5 seconds to prepare and I'll kill anybody. But this is, in fact, a team he knows all of their moves on. He can take them. What they have is youth. But they don't have that much youth. It's only about 10 or 12 years. How old are you making Nightwing? How old are you making... are you making the Red Hood? I guess it would be even younger. So if Nightwing's 25, the Red Hood would be 20, somewhere around there. And let's say Batman, after all of his training, let's say he came back at 25. Robin is, if you put Robin at 25, Batman is now 37. And as we've seen, you slow down a little bit at 37, but a lot of people have been keeping themselves really in shape nowadays, and you see they don't lose a lot. Look at Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is he's in his 60s and he's running his ass off in every movie. Batman, I would dare say, would be in a bit better shape than Tom Cruise. So I don't get it. Jason was like 11 or 12. Really? Okay. Adam West, Batman has everything in his utility belt, says Ethereal. Literally. I like the fact that he'll bring out that Bat police shield from behind his cape. Like it's rigid and it's about that big, and he'll be like, here's the Bat shield. You are not wearing that. Okay. Someone like Bruce Wayne would have money hidden all over the world in cash. And that's true, Joe. That is true. And the ages of the Bat people don't make sense, says Ahsoka. Probably not, because if you got Jason, who would be about 20, but then I guess Tim would have been 15 when he met him, just a year after Jason died. So does that mean actually Jason is younger than Tim? Because Jason would have been 11 or 12 at the same time. Tim is 14 or 15. So technically Tim should be older than Jason.
True.
Yeah, this is weird. That is weird. So anyway, gang, what do you think of the book there, Venkman?
Well, I was sorry. I'm in the dark now. Sorry.
Yeah,
I full screen the window. See, I'm like, oh, get the glare in my face. So now I'm in the dark.
Yeah.
Now I just have.
It looks like you could do that Homer Simpson thing, like you lose yourself. Yeah, it is. It works. You're disappearing. No,
I said the best part about this book is that I didn't have to pay for it, and Damian punching Jason Todd in the stupid ass, because I would have loved if he would have whipped him with his own crowbar and been like, "How do you like it? Second time around, bitch."
That would have been funny. I want to see that. I want to see that in a later issue. Here it is again. Oh, that would be awesome. All righty. There you go, gang. That's the book. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Also, if you do like this content and you would like to see other things, I mean, I haven't read the Suicide. What is it? Not Suicide Squad. Birds of Prey, right?
Birds of Prey, and then there's Fire and Ice.
Fire and Ice, which I can only assume. I know you guys said it in the message. I can only assume by the end of the Fire and Ice story, there'll be lesbians.
Well, we don't know yet. Well, but in the first issue, no, I can tell you that that's not happening right now. But I'll just say out of Fire and Ice, go to Smelver, whatever that is, or versus the Birds of Prey. Mm-hmm. Dear God, I'd rather read the Fire and Ice better.
Then we're reading Birds of Prey. we have to, if that's the worst of it. It's called bad comic beatdown.
Because it's just basic. Fire and Ice wasn't offensive. It was just basically like, hey, instead of having we had blue and gold, we're gonna have Fire and Ice, but had the same personalities.
Eric Breen says that he was the one that came up with the lesbian prediction, and he stands by it.
I know.
If someone calls you on the phone and asks you your favorite movie, Venkman, what is that? Either that or Ghostface from Scream's coming out. Okay.
Fire and Ice, it's not offensively bad, but it's still bad because like how Tora and Beatrice were written in that comic book was very out of character from who they were pre-New 52.
Kind of like Tom King.
Yep.
Yes.
Gotcha. In my head canon, Batman was 40. A 30-year-old man couldn't have that much trouble.
Since they're saying I'm in Halloween mode. How's it going, Rhaegar?
Right. Let's see what else. Remember in Batman Beyond, he didn't stop Batman until he was like in his 70s or 80s. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so there you go, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to do the clicking and the liking. Please share. Get word out. Let's get this channel back up. I'm really finger crossed wanting to get back to that 18,000 and then back. Once I pass that, I will because I got shadow banned at 18.2. Never made it higher. Never. It was like, no, I want
at
that.
At age 18, he became shadow banned.
I did. I did, man. Go figure. All righty. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Wait, I should do this at the very least. Maranya's got her game tomorrow night. Starts at 10:30, I believe.
10:30 after the top 5 over on the Geeky Puppet Show.
And before that's the top 5 comics on the Geeky Puppet Show. Starts at what time?
And always, it's going to start at 8 p.m. Central.
8 p.m. All righty. There you go. Central.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central.
Yeah, the 10:30 is Eastern. So
it's 9:30
All righty.
Central.
You kids have a great time. As always, thank you very, very much for watching.